bandolero. Aunque digan que soy un bandolero.
सो हेलो नमस्ते मोशी मोशी वेलकम बैक टू वीब राष्ट्र में आपका स्वागत है एंड शुरू करते हैं आज के सोलो लेवलिंग रिव्यू के साथ। तो सोलो लेवलिंग के आज के एपिसोड में ज़्यादा कुछ तो था नहीं। इट वाज अ वेरी स्टोरी फोकस्ड एपिसोड टुडे एंड स्टोरी के मामले में भी इट वाज नॉट अ लॉट ऑफ स्टोरी, ज़्यादा बिल्डअप नहीं हुआ। दे जस्ट शोड हाउ देयर करंट वर्ल्ड इज़ वर्किंग, हाउ द गिल्ड सिस्टम वर्किंग एंड द फैमिलियल सिचुएशंस ऑफ डिफरेंट कैरेक्टर्स एंड द गवर्नमेंट बीइंग करप्ट, जो हर वर्ल्ड में होता है। सो शुरू करते हैं एपिसोड के रिव्यू और यू कैन से रेंटिंग और यू कैन से रिएक्शन एपिसोड के साथ, बिकॉज रिव्यू के लिए आज कुछ ज़्यादा है ही नहीं। खैर, आगे बढ़ते हुए पहले तो हमें आज के एपिसोड में दिखा क्यों हमारा एमसी डेस्परेट था पिछले एपिसोड में टू फाइट एन एनिमी दैट इज स्ट्रॉन्गर देन हिम। वेल, हिज मदर इज इल फ्रॉम अ डिजीज that is incurable, that is happening due to the dungeon break, and उसके नए quest का reward जो उस dungeon का था was the elixir that can heal any kind of disease. So that's why he was desperate for family.
Los bandoleros. Aunque digan que soy un bandolero.
For his mother. And उसके अलावा we got to see the situations of other side characters जो पहले एपिसोड में दिखे थे, the healer girl, the swords master that lost his hand, and the guy that ran away. And the healer girl, she is going through her trauma. The sword master, he is somewhat coping up with the trauma, but you know, he is also having a bit of hard time. But compared to the healer girl, since he is a very old experienced guy, he's coping up a little better than the others. And we also got to see the guy that ran away. Well, उसके बारे में हम कुछ नहीं कह सकते, like whether he is coping up or whether he is coping up or not, cause he is kind of still traumatized and ashamed about what he did, cause आज के एपिसोड में जब वो उनसे मिला तो he wasn't able to face them. So he obviously is not able to cope up with the situation that happened earlier, but he is still going to the dungeons because, again, family. And he is the father. He is a father, so he is ready to relive the trauma just to make sure that his daughter is going to have a bright future and a lot of money to survive. And the easiest way to earn money in their current world is the dungeons, and that's for her, just for her. He is out there reliving his trauma, and that's just how fathers are even in real life, because they have scars on their back, in their mind, in their hurt, but they go out there again and again to relive that situation, that moment, just to make sure that their family, their daughter, their parents, their child can have food on their table and have a bright future ahead. And that's why we always should respect our parents, our fathers. And उसके अलावा corruption is everywhere. We got to see even in their current world, even though the whole world is having such a huge catastrophic time that it can lose its existence. It can anytime happen that a big dungeon break where they are unable to survive, and there are still criminals out there, there are still corrupt peoples out there. So yeah, situation doesn't matter. 100 बंदे हैं, उनमें से एक बंदा गलत निकलेगा ही निकलेगा. That is just how world works. That is just how the world works, and that's why I like animes as well, because it really shows that compared to the movies, the realistic movies, the so-called realistic movies, इनमें एक्शन ही होगा, या तो रोमांस ही होगा, या तो फैमिली लव ही होगा. मिक्सचर ना भाई ना, रियल वर्ल्ड व्यू ना भाई ना, वी डोंट केयर अबाउट दैट. वेयरएज एनाइम जो रियल भी नहीं है, वो हमें ज़्यादा रियल वर्ल्ड व्यू दे देता है. वो हमें कंफ्यूज कर देता है दैट वेदर द विलन who has a great cause or the hero is right, whose side should we choose? So yeah, and उसके अलावा क्या कहते हैं, obviously these guys, the B rank guy and the criminals will fight MC tomorrow, I mean in the next episode, and obviously they will lose. It's not even a question, because he already defeated a dungeon, a C rank dungeon. I don't remember previous episode में C rank था, B rank था, but you know, he already defeated a team of pretty decently skilled hunters along with the dungeon boss. So these guys are cannon fodders against him. And उसके अलावा we got to know the current system of how the dungeons and how they go for dungeons and how the guild system works from the father of that kid. And I'm really sorry, I am Gajni and I am preparing for exams, that's why मेरे को कुछ याद नहीं रहता, तो मेरे को नाम याद नहीं है, बट यू नो वो बंदा जो गिल्ड बनाने की बात कर रहा है, दैट जिसका फादर बहुत ज़्यादा रिच है, अंबानी की औलाद, यप वो बंदा, उसका फादर यू कैन से अंबानी ने सिचुएशन बताई कि भाई कैसे करंट वर्ल्ड सिस्टम में डंजन्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूट होते हैं और उनकी करंट कंट्री में कौन सी टॉप 5 गिल्ड्स हैं वगैरह वगैरह एंड सो ऑन. उसके अलावा वी गॉट टू सी आवर यू नो फीमेल लीड.
तुम्हें जो मैंने देखा, तुम्हें जो मैंने जाना, तुम्हें जो मैंने देखा, तुम्हें जो मैंने जाना, जो होश था वो तो गया, बदन की खुशबू जगाने लगी जादू, तो हो गए बेकाबू, दिल खो गया.
मुंह तो बंद कर लो अंकल. एंड बाकी वही कि भाई one of the 5 or you can say 2 of the 5 top guilds are planning to do a big Jeju raid that they, you know, that if someone remembers or even if they don't, the first episode, the beginning that they showed, that was the Jeju raid Iceland. The beginning that they showed in the first episode was the Jeju Island raid. There was they were fighting the ants and all. That was the Jeju Island raid, and even though in the first episode it looked like they are having a very good time defeating the enemies, today we got to know that they were absolutely decimated over there, and obviously that redhead guy lost a friend of his, which he is contemplating with a drink at the last of the episode, end of the episode. And yeah, that's it for today's episode. To summarize today's episode, it was a wholesome family episode with a bit of corruption and story building, and that's it. मिलते हैं आपसे अगले एपिसोड में, और तब तक के लिए शब खैर. एंड जाने से पहले ना भूलें, वीब राष्ट्र की नागरिकता खुली है सभी प्रकार के प्राणियों के लिए. नागरिकता प्राप्त करने के लिए दे अपना थंब प्रिंट ऑन द सब्सक्राइब बटन, दबाएं घंटा फॉर जागरूकता. जय वीब राष्ट्र.